Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a god? To create a believable world in your own perspective? That's what it's like to be a writer. I am Josephine Kabahuma, a Ugandan scriptwriter, actress, and producer, and I'm going to be taking you through the fundamentals of scriptwriting. Step 1. Have an idea. What's an idea? An idea is what your story is based on. What is it? Love? Family? Poverty? War? Whatever it is. Develop your idea further into a concept. What is a concept? A concept is what your idea is based on. If it's love, what about love are you telling us? If it's murder, what about murder should we know? Is it about a girl who falls in love with a serial killer? Develop your concept further by giving it believable characters that move your story. Let the person reading your script be able to understand where your story is set and the characters living in it so that they can relate with it. After putting all that together, create a logline. What is a logline? A logline is your story in one sentence. For example, I'll use Catch Out, my own movie. Catch Out's logline is Nancy escapes her past but gets haunted by it as she tries to break free. After creating a logline, develop a synopsis. A synopsis is a more detailed logline, which includes who your character is, where they are, what they want, who or what is against them, and how they go about it. Sometimes you can even include why they behave the way they behave or why they do the things the way they do. And after putting together your synopsis, you have to develop your characters, which brings us to the next step, characterization. Characterization is giving your characters goals and traits. What are goals? What are goals? Goals are what your characters hope to achieve in a given scene or the entire story. What are traits? Traits are the behaviors of your characters, their weaknesses and their strengths. Basically, what makes your characters who they are. After developing your characters, your logline, your idea, your concept, and synopsis, you go on to develop a story outline or plot outline, which is also known as a treatment. What is a treatment? Treatment is a narrative flow of your story in paragraphs, how it begins, progresses, and how it ends. Most writers use the 3-act structure, which consists of Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 to write their treatments and scripts. Act 1 is where you give us the introduction of your story, your characters, the setup, and the conflicts. Act 2, it's where your characters get to face the conflict and the world where your story is set. Act 3 is the resolution of your story, how your story concludes. After developing your treatment, you can go ahead and develop your script, which most people call a screenplay. As you are developing your stories, create themes that add depth to your story. For example, if you're talking about love, add in other elements that would make your story compelling. Add other themes like family, friendships, betrayal, envy, things that would make your story more interesting. Also, when writing a screenplay, keep in mind the elements that make up a good screenplay. The actions, the scene headings, the dialogues, the shots, everything that makes a story compelling. People who don't know how to start, get a book and a pen. Write your story in there following the steps that I have given you. Or if you have a smartphone, you can download Celtics and you start writing right away, because that's the software that people that can't afford a computer normally use to write their scripts. But if you can't afford a computer, you can use Final Draft to draft your story. I'm telling you this because that's how I started, from a book to a phone to a PC. Mastering the fundamentals of script writing can be a great start to achieving your dreams as a screenwriter in the movie industry. So, when you start writing that script, consider these steps. Happy scripting.